What's up guys, today I'm going to be telling you how to start trading on Roblox in the Big 25. So first of all, I just want to say that this isn't really a tutorial or a guide. It's more so just giving you an outline on what you should do or how to start profiting making trades. Treat this video like an introductory lesson in a school setting. But first, some notes or a disclaimer. The first thing I want to say is that every trading experience is different. There are over 2,500 different Roblox limiteds that you can trade, and some of those limiteds have hundreds of thousands or even over 1 million copies. Your experience while trading will be very unique, and you should not expect everything to go perfectly to plan. Second thing, this entire video is basically based off my journey from starting from 1k and making my way to 70k with solid trading for a total of 5 months. So pretty much everything I am going to tell you is based off of this experience, so you could say I know what I'm doing. So with those out of the way, let's get right into it. Part 1, baby steps. So this part isn't really anything about trading, and if you're here, you probably know what I'm about to tell you, but it's essentially telling you about premium and authentication and setting up your settings to be able to trade. So if you have everything set up already and you are just here to learn what to literally do, you can skip to the time step on the screen. First thing before anything is you'll need premium. The one I recommend is Premium 450, which costs about $5 US. With it, you'll get 450 Robux to your account and unlock the ability to trade for a month before you have to renew your membership. However, if you have barely any Robux or barely any limiteds, or none of those at all, you should probably buy Premium 1000 or even 2000. I'll explain why later. So once you have Premium, you need to go to your settings and turn the ability to be sent trades to everyone. But if your account is under 13, you'll need to set it to friends only. At least I'm pretty sure you do. It still works, but it's just kind of annoying to deal with since you have to friend everyone. Once you have it so that people can at least send you trades, you want to double check if your inventory is public. Without a public inventory, nobody can see your limiteds, and trust me, that's not optimal. After you're set here, you need to set up an authenticator to be able to accept or send trades. There are multiple apps you can use for this, so just set up one with your account that works for you. If all 3 of those are set, move on to the next part. Part 2, buying your first limited. When it comes to your first ever limited, it doesn't really matter what you buy. My only advice is to check the item you want to buy is selling at a relatively good price, and make sure it sells at least once a day, which you can see on Rollamon's. On Rollamon's website, you can find a deals tab, which you can go to and you can see all the good deals that are going around the Roblox catalog right now. The percentages are essentially how much of a discount you're getting. You can wait for a good deal to pop up here, but it is kind of time dependent, so if you don't want to stare at the screen for a while, I think you should just pay a little extra and buy a high demand item, or get a super small deal like 10% on anything here. Just stay away from projecteds. I am now going to give you guys a list of the best limiteds in each range that I think you should try to get as long as they're selling for a fair price. 1k range. This is why I said that if you have nothing or almost nothing, you should buy a higher ranked premium, like 1000 or 2000. This is because trading with anything under 1k is a genuine pain and I do not recommend it at all. Most people suggest you don't start with anything under 5k and sometimes 10k, but I did it from 1k. It's slower, but possible. You can maybe start with a little under, like around 800, but I really just recommend 1k at least. Here are the limiteds I consider good buys. Next range, higher end 1k to 3k range. Here you will find numerous relatively good items that have high demand. 4k plus range. At this point, I would just go for anything that has a Rollamon's assigned value. Here are some examples. Anything more than this, like 10k plus, you're probably not a beginner, but just buy anything that has a Rollamon's assigned value. Like this. If it has this number under it, it's typically a good purchase, if it's selling at a good price. Part 3, your first trades. While I was recording the video, I forgot to say like where to find the trades. I was just talking about like trading in general and like what to get, but if you want to find trades and like get the trades or like find people to trade with essentially, I recommend Trade Hangout. This game is where I found pretty much 90% of my trades. Like it's actually so good. Like you just talk to people in there. I recommend you actually get voice chat so you can talk to people in there. It's way easier than just typing out. And also you can talk to like the AFK people because they can hear you if you yell at them. The other one you can use is Rollamon's Trade Ads, which is you go onto Rollamon's and you click on the Trade Ads tab and then you get sent to this page where people post like what they're trading and stuff, and you can search for items you want, or you can search for what people are giving for your items and stuff like that. Which is pretty good, but the problem with that is there's no discussion, there's no negotiation in there. Which is why I consider Trade Hangout so elite, because if you want to negotiate trades, you can do it right there, and you could like talk to people and tell them what you want, and they can tell you what they want, and then it's just a lot easier for making deals. And that's why I recommend Trade Hangout the most. You want to be in Trade Hangout if you want to find a lot of deals. But for some people it won't work, and if you don't really want to talk to people, or you're just better with trade ads and Rollamon's, you can go ahead. If you want to post trade ads and Roll-em-ons, you got to verify your account with Roll-em-ons, and then once you've done that, you can post trade ads you can put your items in, and you can post trade ads. Anyways, back to the video. So we're going to get into some quick terminology before we start. I'm sure you've heard of all of these before, but here's what they mean. First one is overpay, which is paying more than the item's value, and then we got lowball, paying less than the item's value. Then we got upgrade, giving 2, 3, or 4 items for 1 item. You would typically be overpaying a little bit here. And then downgrade, giving 1 item for 2, 3, or 4 items. You would typically be receiving the overpay here. Upgrading and downgrading are terms or even rules that are widely accepted around Roblox trading, and 98% of traders follow them. The 2% that don't really know what they're doing. You can use this to your advantage and get big profits if you use it correctly. Here's pretty much how to profit and the strategy I used to double my value from 35k to 70k in a little over a month. Step 1. Downgrade for big. So using the limited item you bought from the catalog or using limiteds you already have, you want to trade it for 2, 3, or 4 items and get big overpay. A big overpay is considered around 50% for items under 3k and at least 12% for items over 4k, in my personal opinion. This varies. So for example, if you own a 1k item, you want to receive 150 overpay. For a 4k item, 500. 10% overpay is universally pretty good, but if you want to maximize profit, aim for more. Also note this, the less items you get, the better. But the more items you get, the more people are willing to overpay. Getting 4 items isn't the most optimal, but if you get big overpay, it's worth it. Step 2. Upgrade for cheap. Well, using the items you received for the items you downgraded, or using items you already have, you want to trade them up for a bigger item. Be as cheap as possible and be greedy. Sometimes people accept low balls, but don't count on it. Aim for equal or a little bit overpay. Just ensuring that you'll keep your profit that you gain from downgrading. Step 3. Repeat. That's pretty much all you have to do. Repeat that multiple times and you'll be sure to become a successful Roblox trader. I would like to add some more notes though. 1. You don't have to follow this order. You can downgrade 3 times in a row and upgrade once and downgrade even more, or you can upgrade 5 times in a row and downgrade twice and upgrade even more. Just be sure not to own too many items at once if you're mass downgrading, or else you have a hard time managing them all, and make sure to not lose much of your profits if you're upgrading in mass. 2. Watch out for projected items. Make sure the item you get doesn't have this marker on Roll-em-ons, or a super suspicious graph that looks like this. 3. Aim for high demand always, but people will expect more overpays from them. Step 4. Enjoy it and go get rich. Now you're all set to go. One more thing though is make sure you're having fun. Don't treat trading like a sprint, treat it like a marathon. You don't have to trade every day, well, unless you want to, of course, but if you need a break, take one. With all that out of the way, go out there and get those limiteds you've always dreamed of getting.